Hello friends, the topic of today's discussion is how to increase the name response in children with autism spectrum disorder. I'm Dr. Puja Kapoor, Director and Co-founder Continua Kids. So, suppose somebody is calling you by your name, you definitely will look towards the person who is calling you. And why this is so? It's because you want to get the connect with that person. You want to know why that person is calling. You are interested in that person. Whereas in children with autism spectrum disorder, they are least bothered about who is calling their name because they want to do whatever they want to do. They will listen to the minutest of the sound from far off if they are interested in that. Whereas if you are calling next to the person and they are not interested, they will not look towards you, and that is one of the core feature of autism spectrum disorder. So before we find out the ways to get the connection, we have to make sure what it is that is not allowing my child with autism to connect with me. So if this is a lot of sensory concerns, that means my child is hand flapping, having the visual concerns, having the vestibular concern, definitely those are a lot more barriers between you and your child. So rule number 1 is you have to make sure that you have to remove these barriers through the sensory integration therapy and get your child calmer and more connected. Second is, if my child is now in a behavior that even though I want to, but still I do not want to because this is my behavior, so make sure that we sit with a therapist, behavior analyst, and sort out the ways concerned. So the rule number 3 is, I'll tell you small tips to get your child connected with you and to increase his name response. First, make sure that once you are practicing this exercise of increasing his name response, he should be in a less distractible environment. So even you and me, if we are engrossed in a television show or on my laptop, definitely I will miss whenever someone is calling my name. So similar is with your child too. So make sure that he or she is in a less distractible environment, is around with toy but are not very much into that toy. Second is, go close to your child once you ask for his name. So you should be very much near, because if the child is far off, he is already less interested, he won't listen to me. So that's the rule number 2. Third is, always modulate your voice by calling his name. So if his name is Aviraj, you don't have to call Aviraj, Aviraj, Aviraj. He won't be interested. Why? Because rather than the name, he would be interested in the sound which you be producing by his name. So you can call him Aviraj, Aviraj, Aviraj. So because he would be more interested in the sound which is modulated, he will turn towards that sound, and that will increase the chances of him responding to his name. Next rule is, always make sure after you call his name, get something exciting for him, because after 4 times you have called him and he looked towards you but you are not giving him anything, he will again be disinterested in name calling. So make sure after you modulate your voice in nearby, so tell him, Aviraj, look at this. So there's something exciting. Or if you want to make sure that he look towards your face, then so make some funny face. So Aviraj, ooh, something like that, so that he looks into your eyes and he feels, okay, this is not a bad thing to do because this is interesting, and then he will be more connected towards you rather than be distracted in his whatever function he is doing. So another rule is, don't call by different names. So today you are calling Aviraj, next time you are calling Avi, and the next time you are calling baby. So make sure that you fix to a name, because else there is a lot of confusion between when to respond and how and whom to respond. So these are the few tips which you have to do to get the child respond to your name. But make sure to get the core symptoms done, you have to make sure that you do the sensory integration or the behavior, whatever is the cause, why, the main cause why your child is not responding to your name. Thank you so much.